Namaskar. How to become divine? Is it possible to become a divine being? Is it possible to embody the divine flow? That no man remains there, only the divinity dances and expresses itself. It is possible. One becomes divine by merging himself with an ideological flow. What makes us animals? We are animals, to be honest, because we are mammals. The body is not much different from other creatures. But we are something more. That mammal has a very developed brain and the glandular system. So if you give a proper culture and proper education, that animal might become a human being also, through culture. Without culture, human does not become human. He remains an animal. Culture is something, means to cultivate. Culture is something which tells us, this is good, this is bad. Do, don't do. This kind of things. And culture is a content of our minds and the aspirations we receive through culture. So we aspire for what? We aspire for food, or we aspire for something beyond. So culture is something which makes us human. And the subtlemost portion of culture is the spirit of benevolence. This is something that originates so many things in society. The spirit of benevolence. I want to do something for others, and I want to do something for myself. So from that spirit of benevolence, spiritual ideology is formulated. And it was formulated long time ago, thousands, but still was not understood properly, was not propagated properly. Still not every person on this planet, actually very few people on the planet, they know the purpose of life. And it is so beautiful. The spiritual ideology goes like this: Atma mokshartam jagat hitacha. Atma mokshartam, for the attainment of freedom of the soul. What is the purpose of my existence? I live to elevate my mind, to eventually free my mind from the bondages of nature and fly, become infinite. Infinite. I like the pronunciation infinite. That's how my master used to say this word. Infinite. And then another part is Jagat Hitaya Cha, is for the welfare of the world, for the benefit of the world, for the service of the world. So why I'm living? I'm living to gradually become more and more subtle, more and more intelligent. Not only intelligent, but more subtle, more intuitive, to be able to grasp the big picture. Not only the fragments, but the everything, the connection of everything to everything. I want to see through, and I want to see oneness in all those diversities. Make my mind subtle. Make my mind go above the simple things like greed, anger, jealousy. So that's one mission of life, that every day I'm making an effort to elevate my consciousness, not wasting my time. Today I have done. Today I've done twice or thrice. And then Jagat Hitaya, for the welfare of the universe. What am I working for? For money? For name or fame? No. I want to assist the society to move on the next evolutionary ladder, so that more people come to the greater consciousness, because the happiness is only this. Narrow mind expands and finds greater happiness. There you cannot feed aesthetic feeling, you could not feed any subtle emotion, subtle feeling. But here, when the mind is expanded, so many things are there, so many purposes are there. And when it is like that, one purpose remains: to realize the final secret, with the final mystery of the world. And that is movement from unhappiness to happiness, actually. So what am I doing? What is my purpose? I'm living for that. So that ideology, that inner feeling, that inner flow, is the subtlest part of human culture. If you try, you cannot find. Try, please. You can write in the comments if you find. Maybe these truths can be reconsidered. But if you, however hard you try, you will not find the more sublime mission in life and the more sublime expression of human culture. So, our physicality, our bodies are of the animal world. Our humanness is of human culture. And our divinity is of the spiritual ideology. And I like this saying very much. My spiritual master has said that if you merge yourself with the flow of your ideology, you are not anymore human being, you become divine. You become God in human form. He also said that all problems of the world created by the people with the animal psychology in human frame. All problems are endured by the humans in human frame. And all the problems are solved by the gods in human frame. That spirit of benevolence is godhood. When you feel compassion and when you want to remove the sorrow, to remove the pain from the world, then you are divine. You are a divine being. That's who you are. You came to this planet for that purpose, only to serve, to love. There is one song. Mon ke kono choto okaje. This is a song also to become divine. Mon ke kono choto okaje napte dobona na 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 napte dobona dianera loi boshi dobo korbo no tundhororo chono. To my mind, I will not give this opportunity to do the small little job. Monke kono choto kaje. Choto kaje, no. The small job of mind I will not allow. What is small job? Oh, how I will survive, how much money I'm going to get. This kind of small job. Oh, that person said such bad things about me. And this is a small job of the mind. And then, no. I am not going to allow my mind to do this kind of small job. But what I will do? Dhyanir aloi boshiye dobo. In the light, in the effulgence of meditation, I will sit myself. Korbonotun dhororochona, I will create the new world. Oh, what a beautiful song. And that beautiful song is for the divine being, is a divine injection in the mind. You slowly adapt to that ideology, accept that ideology, because there are so many conflicting forces in the mind. There is a force of selfishness in the mind. They say, no, what is a spiritual ideology? No, nonsense. And that is what makes you suffer. The whole life is just like a burden. Living. What for am I living? There is no purpose. But when the ideology is there, what is the most fortunate thing in life? The fortunate thing is to have an ideology. Whatever am I might be a very primitive and undeveloped man, but I try to follow the ideology. As long as I'm trying, I'm not anymore animal. I'm trying to be human being. And once I established myself in humanity, that is divinity. That is divinity. Because that is the subtlemost expression of human culture, the spiritual ideology. That's the peak of human culture. And that ideology leads you beyond the scope of expression. It leads you through the subtle and unsubtle expression to the point where you transcend the aesthetics and you go to the supra-aesthetics. You become, you merge with the source of that ideological flow. What is that source of benevolence? What is that source of the good wish for all beings? Is the source of existence itself. It is the divine love, which is consciousness, which is God. So, being in ideological flow, you go into the rhythm of God. And then sometimes you will cry, not because you feel pain, but because somehow you're overwhelmed. You feel triumphant in yourself. And you feel so happy that I have to walk this road very far and I'm moving to the infinity. Yeah. So that's you will become one with the ideological flow. That's the greatest joy of life. And then I would say that we all try to follow the ideology, and sometimes we can do, sometimes we cannot. At those moments when we really merge, even for temporary, there is no comparison what it is. It is real existence. If we have not even once experienced that, I would feel this life has been wasted. It has been just a burden. That's the beauty. Transform dullness of the life into the beauty of life. That is called Tantra. Ta is dullness. Tra is to liberate yourself from dullness. The juice has to flow. That juice is ideology. Atma mokshartam jagat hitaya cha. How to become divine? By becoming one with ideology. Namaskar.